All right, so let's take a look at how we can manage our customer journey and client success at scale. So, the problem we face when we first start sort of growing is that personal touch goes away. So, where it used to feel like a one on one experience for every customer, and that's what you're known for, that starts to erode as you scale up. Okay. And so, when you have up to 10 customers, it's not so bad. When you have 50, it's not so bad. But as you get further past that, it gets really tough to keep track of everyone. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So, this is a very simple example of a 6-week program. So, we have a few different stages. We have a new customer, quiz complete, onboarded, 3-week follow up, and graduation. So, a new customer is when the person first signs up. Quiz complete means they've filled out their goals for the program and we know what they want to do within the program. And then onboarded means we've had our initial call with them. We figured out their goals. We've worked with them through their homework or whatever it is, set them up for success in the program. And then we have 2 more calls that we're going to set up. One is going to be like a 3-week follow-up, essentially a sales call as well, and then their graduation call. So figuring out whether they need to move into a back-end program or they need more time in this particular program. But that's going to be the journey. Now, this can get a lot more complicated if you want, as far as, do people get stuck? How can we get them unstuck? Similarly, are there other things that we want to do in this process, such as making a welcome video for them and creating a task somewhere for our employees to do that. So anyway, the sky's the limit with this, but here's a basic example. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing is they're going to come into this onboarding automation. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create that deal for them, and we're going to drop them into the new customer bin. And we're going to wait about 15 minutes, and we're going to send them an onboarding reminder, right? And so this is just going to be a generic email that says, hey, welcome to the program. Here's what to expect. But before we can get started, we need you to fill out our questionnaire. And I just made like a simple sample here. Let's say if you had a gym or a coaching program, you can customize this to whatever you needed. So let's say you have a coaching program. You want to know where they're at in terms of revenue right now. You want to know where they want to get to, what they've been struggling with the most, and so on and so forth. So they're going to need to fill out this form before they can book the call with you, so you can actually help them get the most out of the program. So once they've done that, once they've filled out the form, we're using software called Zapier. So Zapier listens to Typeform and it listens for new entries. And what it does is it then updates that user and puts a tag on their account, which looks like this. So they're going to have a tag added called completed onboarding quiz. And I'll show you why that's important now. So they first got the email saying, hey, go ahead and fill out the onboarding quiz. But then they're just going to sit here until they've actually done this particular action. Now, like I mentioned, we can do things like let this wait for a day. So I'll just show you, for example. So we'll just say if, actually, let's say we'll wait for up to 1 day. So this is going to wait until they fill out this onboarding quiz for up to a day. Then it's just going to go ahead and continue. So we're just going to put an if statement here. And we're going to say tag exists, completed onboarding quiz. So we're just going to check after the day, did they complete the onboarding quiz? Chances are they haven't. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to create a task, and it's going to say call so they can fill out quiz. So what this is going to do is this is going to create a task for someone on our team to reach out to this person, ask them if they're having any trouble, and so on. So once again, we'll put another wait period, and we're ultimately going to wait until tag exists, completed quiz. No time limit on this one. And we're just going to go right back to where we were. Okay. So again, did this person do the quiz? No, they didn't. Okay, let's go ahead and get a team member involved and then let the automation sit here and wait. So again, once they've actually completed that quiz, it's going to automatically move them to the next stage. So it's going to drag them from here and move them into this stage. So now what we need to do is onboard them. So they're going to get an email from us saying, hey, let's book a call to kind of get you started and get you set up. And now we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did. We're going to wait until they've completed their onboarding call before we move forward. Now, you can run this same exact process we just did. We can give them up to, let's say, 2 days to get their call. Well, we'll say we'll give them 7 days to complete their call. All right, and then we'll say if they've completed onboarding, else we're going to go ahead and get a person in here to intervene. So we'll add a task, prompt to complete onboarding call. So now someone on the team can reach out to them, and we'll go right back to waiting. Until they've completed the onboarding call. Good to go. And we're going to go to our start date. Okay. So all of this stuff in the beginning is geared around making sure that they're achieving momentum, they're getting through the program, and we can start them properly. Now, once we've taken care of our onboarding call and once they've filled out their quiz and all that stuff, then we're going to go ahead and set a start date for their program. And so what we'll do is we'll wait until Monday at 9 a.m., and that's when the rest of the automation is going to kick off. So we can have a welcome here and set up a couple of other things, but for now, we're just going to keep it simple. So now we're going to wait 3 weeks, and we're going to ask them to go ahead and book their momentum call, and then we're going to move them into this stage for a 3-week follow-up. And then we're going to wait 2 more weeks, tell them to book their graduation call, and then that's going to go ahead and move them over to the graduation. And now another thing I did here. So the way this onboarding actually works, I'm sorry, I kind of goofed up here. So completed onboarding call. So what we're actually going to do on this is we're going to take them as an employee. Once we have the onboarding call, we're going to say, cool, we had the call, and we're going to drag them into onboarded ourselves because there's no other way that we would know if they actually completed that call. So it's up to one of us to actually move it into onboarding. But what that's going to do is it's going to trigger an automation. That's going to go ahead and add that tag that we were talking about earlier. So as soon as we drag them from here into onboarding, they're going to get this onboarding call completed tag added, and then that's going to advance them to the next stage. So anyway, like I mentioned, this is just a way that you can keep people from falling through the cracks within your program. You can make sure they get set up for success to get started. Now, this is just a tiny piece of it, right? Like if you have someone in a program for 6 to 8 weeks or 6 months, there's going to be a lot more touch points in here and a lot more things that you might want to do to make sure they get the most success out of your program. But if you have any questions about this, drop me a line below. If this was helpful for you, I would appreciate it if you subscribe and then go ahead and hit that like. I know it's a little bit techy. If you prefer tech type videos, cool. If you prefer more high level stuff, let me know in the comments. Anyway, have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye.